What would you do if you hit a lottery payout so big that even the signs advertising it weren't big enough to show the whole number? Well, the real answer, based upon past winners, will shock you. Before we get to winning lotteries, I need to get to welcoming each of you to Mornings with Bishop Robert. I'm glad you popped into my study this morning to share a hot beverage with a cool bishop. You know, my goal is to introduce people to the Jesus they never knew, and then help them get to know him and his word personally and better. So if our time together today speaks to your heart, let me invite you to like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Also, join our email list to get a free copy of my book, Count to One, to get Mornings with Bishop Robert sent directly to your inbox each morning, and get lots of other benefits. Click the link in the description, get all the details. You know, if I had known that I would personally experience what I wrote about in my daily devotional yesterday morning, I think I would have chosen the topic, winning the lottery, instead of my foot is slipping. But after posting yesterday's message that began with the words slipping and falling is a very big deal, I went outside and proved it. So while standing near the top of a ladder, I tried to use a sledgehammer to drive a wooden post into the ground. The ladder was shaky. The post was shaky. Apparently my judgment was pretty much shaky as well. One of my swings missed the post, and the momentum of the swing tossed me off the ladder. I landed on the ground with a bruised back and a broken ego. Then I spent the rest of the day in bed, which is actually where I'm going right after I finish recording this. One of my sons has a saying that he shared with me. It goes like this: play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Ha ha! I win. Well, let me get back to the lottery illustration. First of all, I actually have no chance of winning a lottery since I don't play. But second, as it turns out, winning a massive lottery could be a lot worse for you and for me than making a swan dive off a ladder. Studies show that instead of people getting out of financial trouble, winning the lottery typically gets people into more trouble. Bankruptcy rates soar for lottery winners 3 to 5 years after winning. And going bankrupt is the good part. Many winners struggle with suicide, depression, and divorce. Hitting the lotto often rips apart families and destroys friendships. I told you the real answer about what happens when most people hit the lottery would shock you. But there is a massive gift you can accept that is so amazing it defies description. Today's verse says, "Now thanks be to God for his unspeakable gift." Now in this instance, unspeakable is trying to communicate the concept of something that is indescribable, inexpressible, too wonderful for mere words. It's the gift we get when we accept the invitation Jesus gives and decide to follow him. Of course, we get total forgiveness of all our sin, but that isn't the gift the Bible's referring to here. We get adopted into his family and filled with his Spirit, but those aren't the gifts this verse has in mind either. The gift that's so marvelous as to defy description is just this: being called to help give away what God has given you so freely. You see, Jesus Christ invites you and I to help him reach the world with the message of his life, death, and resurrection. The message that Jesus is alive and well. He still works miracles, still answers prayer, still changes lives and circumstances. Of course, you'd expect him to be doing that. He's God himself come in the flesh. But the amazing, the indescribable part is that he chooses you and me to participate. And then he provides everything we need to do just that. He makes all grace abound to you and me, so that in all things, at all times, having all we need, we can abound in every good work. He enriches us in every way, so that we can be generous on every occasion, so that the giving of our time, talent, and treasure will produce thanksgiving to God. It's better than hitting the lottery. See, God gives us Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, and the ransom we needed. God gives us eternal life, and that life is in his Son. God gives us his Spirit to lead, guide, and direct us. God gives us every good gift and every perfect gift from above. He who didn't spare his own Son, but gave him up for us all, how will he not also with him graciously give us all things? Then God leads us in a triumphal procession and gives us the victory through Jesus Christ. Yeah, people seeing you and me loving Jesus and living out our faith. And then those people learning to love him more and more because of it. And his gifts accumulating rewards in heaven for us just because we were faithful to use them. And when we get there, his reward will leave us speechless. Now thanks be to God for his unspeakable gift. Hey, as we wrap up this morning, I want to ask you to help me introduce people to the Jesus they never knew and help them get to know him and his word personally and better. So please like this video. Click right up there. Like it. Help more people see it. Follow and subscribe so you and I can get together every day. And don't forget to click the link in the description so you'll get a free copy of my book, Count to One. And one more thing. Share this with a friend, would you? Because as you do, you're part of the team, touching more than 1 million hearts all over the world with the love of Jesus. Thanks for helping.